Tom in Portland, Oregon, listening on X-Ray FM. Hey, Tom, what's on your mind?
Hi, Tom, long-time listener.
Thank you.
Hey, I've got maybe an oddball point to make. I also have I call it TATS, Trump administration Tourette syndrome.
Okay.
But I'll be careful because we're all
right.
But anyway, this let go and let God thing, I don't want to come down hard on the religious or anything, but I really feel increasingly like this has been part of the problem. And I'll try to be real quick. I've had like debates with decades with people, partisan politics, about allowing the executive branch to become too powerful. And I would always argue, aren't you afraid that somebody really evil is going to be president someday? And, they'll be able to drone anybody and put anybody in Guantanamo. And more often than not, the average American, if you really sit down and you debate with them for an hour on this subject of why they allow this, many will tell you, no, America is God's favorite country. He won't allow us to have a president that is that dangerous. He won't allow America.
Right, and there's a whole strain of right-wing Christianity that rationalizes Donald Trump by saying that God used sinners like, David's son, what was his name? King, what's his name? Who had, David for that matter, King David, and Saul was his, wasn't he? Yeah, Solomon was his, thank you, Troy. It's, God uses sinners to accomplish his good.
What I wanted to just
it's not my thing, Tom. But
democracy is our job. It's not.
Yes.
It's not God's job. If we're going to destroy the planet and kill humanity, waiting for God to trusting that God won't let that happen because He loves the American flag.
Right. While the Rex Tillersons of the world are pouring poison into our environment.
Yeah. Well, love your show, Tom. And
okay.
Just was inspired to call and.
Okay, Tom, thank you very much for the call. It's great to hear from you. Mariel in Marietta, Georgia. Hey, Mariel, what's up?
Hi, Tom. I sort of have a comment in the vein of the previous caller just now. As I hear people talk about how God is going to work in this administration and how, the same people who feel that they just need to let God take control and everything will be all right. Well, there are people who are staunch Trump supporters who think that God has put Trump in this position to save America. So it's really sort of odd in some ways to me when people seem to want to rely, and I could be wrong, but a lot of people that I do hear saying to just let God take control aren't actually getting out and doing anything.
Yeah, I think though, Mariel, there's a difference. There's like two different dimensions to this, and one is the external and the other is the internal. And so in the external world, to say I'm not going to do anything because, this Bronze Age sky god is going to take care of everything is problematic, shall we say. But on the other hand, to go internal and say I'm not going to let the anxiety of all this get to me. I'm still alive. The world is still here. Yes, we have problems. We have crises. There's things we have to do. But just like when we breathe in, we also have to breathe out. When our heart pumps out blood, it has to relax and allow the blood to flow back into it. In a similar way, I mean, there's a in and out, a breath pattern to the way that we need to conduct our lives. And so, to the extent that we go outside ourselves, that we push things out, that we also need to go inside ourselves and find a quiet place and find some peace there. And I think that whole let go, let God thing is just a religious frame for saying what I just said. And I think that's fundamentally healthy. And for me personally, and I pray and meditate pretty much every day, this is something that gives me the strength to do things like this show. It's the in-breath. It's the relaxation of my heart. It's the refill with blood. Does that make sense, Mariel?
Well, and it makes sense to me. I'm a Christian, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do the same. It's just the people who feel that they don't have any control and that God is just, that's used our faith, whatever it is, to choose to not do anything because it's all left up to God in the end anyway.
Yeah, using it as an excuse
that I'm concerned about.
Yeah, using it as an excuse for inaction. I completely agree. Mariel, thanks for the call, and thanks for listening to Sirius XM.